Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. We are in Wyoming, and it's number 7. What is the 7th reason why you should homestead in the city or the suburbs? Learning new skills. Now, this is skill sets that you can probably use the rest of your life, even if you're not on a homestead. There's a lot of things to think about when you're a homesteader. You're usually on a limited budget. And so if you can do things, if you can have skills, it saves you money. Plus, it gives you a great satisfaction when you complete that task. Now, there's things inside the house, there's things outside the house. So let's start with outside. Can you do any kind of woodwork? Now, I'm not talking about making beautiful cabinets. But could you build a shed? Could you build a chicken coop? A chicken run? Could you build a fence around your garden? Those are skill sets. And those are things that those are skills that you can learn. When you decide to become a homesteader in the city or the suburbs, you don't have to have those skills yet. If you have them, it's easier, it's better. But you can learn all of them. It's not rocket science. You can seriously learn to do all those skills. So if you can't, there's the resources. Of course, there's YouTube videos. There are neighbors and friends that might be able to mentor you. Your library, your extension office. Look into all those things. Can you change the heating element in your hot water heater? Can you change the oil in your car? These are skill sets that are great to learn because it saves you money, it gives you satisfaction, and it's something to pass on to your children. Can you weld? Joe's a welder. He can make me anything that I ask him to. It is amazing. My son took welding classes, so he taught me how to weld. Now, I haven't done it for a while because Joe always does it. But it is a good skill set to have if you need it. Other things outside. Animal husbandry. Now, you may only have your chickens for the eggs. You're not going to have meat birds. But if you needed to butcher a chicken, do you know how to do it? But probably the easiest way to learn is to ask a farmer if you can help butcher his chickens. And after a day of butchering chickens, you will know exactly what to do. It's a skill set. What about rabbits? Are you just going to have them for the rabbit poo? That's why I have my rabbits. Just because I want to add that to the garden. I want to make manure tea. I want to take what most people consider a waste and make it into a positive. Now, if you're going to butcher your rabbits for meat rabbits, that's a skill set that you need to have. I would suggest Doug and Shelley over at His Way Homestead. They have a lot of videos, great videos on raising rabbits for meat. And the whole process that you will really find interesting. Other things outside. Probably one of the first things that a homesteader does, gardening. Do you know about your soil? Do you know about plants? Do you know what your family wants to eat? These are questions. And in turn, after those questions, you have to have the skills to be able to do that. The Extension Office is a great resource with the Master Gardeners, and they can really help you. They have free classes that you can learn about gardening, and they'll answer any question that you might have. You might have friends, family, neighbors that are already gardening. Use that resource. Ask them questions. Have them be your mentor. Now let's move inside. You've grown the vegetables. What are you going to do with them? Now, it used to be, years ago, that almost every woman knew how to can. She knew how to preserve her surplus because they needed it throughout the winter. A lot of people had root cellars so that they could just simply store them in there. Now we can freeze, we can dehydrate, and if you have a freeze dryer, you can even do that. Those are just things to learn. Don't let them be intimidating to you. When you're listening to the video and you're going, oh my gosh, do I have to learn all those things? Not today. Your decision today is, do I want to be a homesteader in the city or the suburbs? Now, other things you could do inside. Do you know how to bake? Do you know how to make candles? Do you know how to make soap? This summer, I'm going to do some videos on making soap and making candles. And that way, just another thing to help you be a homesteader. Can you sew? These are skills that can really benefit you and your family. Now, these skills also can produce income. Extra produce in the garden. If you know how to weld, there's always neighbors that need somebody to weld something. Can you build? Can you help your neighbor build a shed? In return, they will help you on different things. Do you know how to make cheese? Now, you may not have goats or cows because in the suburbs, for the most part, they're not going to let you. There's a few places that will let you have those, but not a lot of places. But if you can find access to fresh milks from cows or goats, you can make cheese. You can make yogurt. You can make kefir. You can make a lot of great things for your family. Next week, I'm doing a video on fermenting. And we are actually going to ferment different things in different jars. Think about 6 different things. That's a skill set. That is something that you can use the rest of your life. So number 7 is new skills on the top 10 reasons to be a homesteader in the city or the suburbs. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments below, and I'll either answer them in a video or I'll just type it out to you. Always like, subscribe, share with the world, and I will see you next time.